Welcome to English 11. Hello everybody. Today we come to Unit 7, Further Education. The lesson is Looking Back and Culture. Let's begin with the first part of the lesson today, Looking Back. Now open your books please, page 28. Pronunciation. Activity 1. Listen and repeat. Pay attention to the intonation.
Unit 7. Looking back. Pronunciation. Activity 1. Listen and repeat. Pay attention to the intonation.
1. Why did you decide to study abroad?
2. What is your major?
3. When are you going to apply for the scholarship?
4. How long will it take you to complete the exam preparation course?
5. Where are you going to work during your internship?
Okay, everybody. These are WI questions. So, speakers use following intonation at the end of WI questions to ask for information. Now, let's come to activity 2. Listen and mark the rising or falling intonation for each question.
Unit 7. Looking back. Pronunciation. Activity 2. Listen and mark the rising or falling intonation for each question.
1. What qualifications have you got?
2. Have you chosen a university to continue your education?
3. Where are you going during your gap year?
4. Have you been searching for postgraduate scholarships?
5. How can we apply for an internship?
Okay, everybody. Check your answers, please. You see number 1, number 3, number 5, they are WA questions. Number 2 and number 4, they are yes/no questions. So, speakers use rising intonation at the end of yes/no questions to check whether the information is correct or not. For example, are you going to pursue further education? And of course, speakers use falling intonation at the end of WA questions to ask for information. For example, what are your plans for further education? Now, I would like you to write down the notes in your notebooks. Let's move on to vocabulary, everyone. Complete the sentences using the correct form of the words in brackets. We have 6 sentences. Do it by yourselves in 2 minutes. Okay, check your answers please. Number 1. The noun qualifications. So, before a noun, we should use an adjective. Academic. Number 2. The modal verb can. So, after the modal verb can, we use a the infinitive, brought them. Number 3. The phrase of word, her secondary school, we should use a noun. Graduation. Number 4. The noun skills. So before skills, we should use an adjective. Analytical. Number 5. After your medical, we should use a noun. Internship. And number 6. Do you know that at the end of the sentence, we should use an adverb, respectively. Now look at again on the sentences and please correct. Okay, it's time for you to listen and repeat. Are you ready?
Now, listen and repeat. 1. Academy. Academic. 2. Broad. Broaden. 3. Graduate. Graduation. 4. Analyze. Analytical. 5. Intern. Internship. 6. Respective. Respectively.
Okay. I would like you to write down all the words in your notebooks. Now let's move on to grammar today. Before you do some exercises of grammar, I would like you to review the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. Look at the notes, everybody. Number 1. The present perfect is formed using has, have plus pp. We use the present perfect first for something that started in the past and continues in the present. Look at the example. I have learned English since 2002. She has worked in that company for 10 years. Second, when we are talking about our experience up to the present. Example, I was in that film before. I will play the guitar ever since I was a teenager. He has written 3 books and he is working on another one. Number 2. The present perfect continuous is formed using has, have, been plus verb. We use the present perfect continuous to show that something started in the past and is still happening or has only just finished. Look at the examples. What have you been doing for the last 30 minutes? We have been waiting here for over 2 hours. The playground is wet. It has been raining. Of course, I would like you to make differences between the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. Look at the notes, everybody. The present perfect focuses on the result of the action or event. There are some examples. I have read this book several times. I have studied English since I was 6 years old. He has played sports for 4 years. I have been to London twice. I have never seen her before. She has just finished her project. She has already had the breakfast. He has not met her recently. And there are some signal words. It helps you to recognize the tenses. Several times, ever, never, just, already, recently, since, for. And the present perfect continuous focuses on the action or event, which may or may not be finished. Examples. She has been waiting for him all her lifetime. I have been running all the afternoon. She has been hoping to meet him all day long. I am so tired. I have been searching for a new apartment all the morning. How long have you been playing the piano? She has been teaching here for about 12 years. And now there are some signal words. On the morning, on the afternoon, all day long, since, for, how long. Okay, I would like you to write that the most in your notebooks, please. Look at the previous page and the current page below. Now, we do some exercises of brain learning. Activity 1. Complete the sentences with the verbs in the box. Use the present perfect or the present perfect continuous. In the box, we have 5 verbs: travel, wait, attend, take, write. Now, do the exercise below. Do it by yourself in 2 minutes. Now check your answers, please. Number 1. The time since January. So we should use have taken. Pay attention to part in. Number 2. I am so late. And the WH word how long? So we use have you been waiting? Pay attention to the preposition for. Number 3. How many academic courses? So we use have you attended? Number 4. The time since October and I am trying my best to finish. So we use have been writing. And number 5. During her gap year, so Alice has been traveling in Vietnam. Now look at again all the sentences and correct your errors. Let's move on to activity 2, everybody. Rewrite the sentences using the present perfect or the present perfect continuous. We have 6 sentences. Please do it in your notebooks in 4 minutes. Now check your answers, please. 1. Pay attention to the sentence, they are still arriving. So, we have the answer. Graduate students have been arriving since 4 o'clock. Number 2. They are all in the lecture hall. So the sentence is the graduate students have all arrived at the lecture hall. Number 3. She is still doing it. And the sentence is she has been doing her research project since last month. Number 4. 3 times, repeated time. So, they have visited this college 3 times before. Number 5. I'm still learning it. And the sentence is I have been learning to play the piano over the last 8 months. Or you can write in another way. I have been learning to play the piano for 8 months. And the last one, number 6. We're still discussing. So the sentence is I have been discussing my research proposal with my professor since the beginning of my course.